How many of you have ever heard of the word colonoscopy, or even really know what it means? Well, today, or March, is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. And colon cancer is the second highest cause of death from any type of cancers, but yes, it's the most preventable type of cancer. The American Cancer Society recommends that at the age of 50, everybody have a screening colonoscopy. That age will be lower if you have any family history of colon cancer or if you have any signs and symptoms of colon cancer. The signs and symptoms of colon cancer can be rectal bleeding, change in bowel habits, abdominal pain, fatigue, or unexplained weight loss. For this procedure, you are sedated. They don't do it unsedated because that kind of scares people, and it is a painful process if you do it without sedation. In order to prep for your colonoscopy, you do have to go through a bowel cleansing process. This is an example of one of the prescriptions that they give you. It's called Half-Lining. This is a prescription. It costs about $55 for the patients and is covered by most insurance companies. Some of the insurance companies don't use it because there are other prescriptions out there that are cheaper. There's a new one called Miralax. It's over the counter. It only costs about $7. That is the preferred one because, again, it's not half of a gallon. It's only a little bottle that they have to drink. Fleet's Phosphosoda is another over-the-counter bowel prep. It's been linked to cause kidney damage, so they have stopped using that. The patients don't like drinking such a high volume of fluids, so they do request a pill called Osmoprep. Osmoprep is about 45 pills, but it does contain the same ingredients as Fleet's Phosphosoda, and it can also cause kidney damage. So they do not recommend that you use that either. Now, for those of you who haven't had anatomy and physiology, this is a picture of your intestines. This is your large intestine. It's about 4 to 5 feet long in an average person. You have your descending colon, your transverse colon, and your ascending colon, and then the cecums at the end. This is called a colonoscope. This is the equipment that's used to do the colonoscopy. This colonoscope has a light source on the end of it that allows the physician to view the inside of your intestines. It also has two holes in the end, one for suction and the other one for air. It can suction anything out, like polyps or anything that they remove, and it can also expand the inside of your colon. This piece of equipment costs about $35,000, and it's very expensive. This is what a normal colon looks like on the inside. It's pinkish in color. Notice there are no growths and no masses in here. This is what the camera sees when it's inside your colon. This is a picture of a polyp. This polyp, if not removed, can turn to colon cancer quite rapidly. This is why the doctors ask you to get a screening colonoscopy, because if you have these in your body and they're not removed, it can turn really bad. This is a picture of colon cancer. You notice there are many of those little polyps, and they also start bleeding. This patient will have to have their colon removed and have an ostomy bag for the rest of their lives because they did not get their screening colonoscopy. In order to remove those polyps, they can use hot biopsy forceps and cold biopsy forceps. This is a hot biopsy forceps. It is used, if you guys have ever seen a rodeo or been to a rodeo, it's kind of like a little lasso. They just lasso it right around the polyp and cauterizes it as it removes it, so that way the patient has minimal bleeding. Once the polyp's removed, it's put into this little bottle of formaldehyde and sent off to pathology. Pathology takes about 7 to 14 days to get that back to find out if the patient does have colon cancer. If it ends up that they do have to have colon cancer, the patient does have to come back probably within the next year to get another screening colonoscopy. Dr. David Wood with Gastroenterology Associates states, Early detection and removal of colon polyps is key to prevention of colon cancer. There are two types of procedures that you will hear out there. One is the colonoscopy. The other one is a flexible sigmoidoscopy. The flexible sigmoidoscopy only views your descending colon and turns around the corner to take a peek of your transverse colon. The only problem with this is if you have any growths or polyps or masses in the latter part of your colon, it is not seen, and you can still die from colon cancer. So it's recommended that you do have the full colonoscopy instead of just half of the colonoscopy. Another bad part about having just a flexible sigmoidoscopy is that if you have a polyp in your descending colon, they're going to send you home and have you re-prep for the colonoscopy anyway. So it's just better off and more cost efficient just to have the colonoscopy. Now the cost of this procedure ranges anywhere between $2,000 to $2,500. It is expensive, but if you add up all the costs that it takes you if you have colon cancer and have to have your colon removed, that's pretty spendy. In conclusion, I hope this information has helped you better understand how to prevent colon cancer. A screening colonoscopy can save your life. I know that most of you guys in this class aren't age 50, but you do know somebody who is at the age of 50. Or maybe you also have some type of some signs and symptoms of colon cancer. So it is in your best interest to have this screening colonoscopy. If you have any questions about colon cancer, you can go to the American Cancer Society website, or you can speak with your local physician. Thank you.